Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there, all the beautiful women out there, man. Happy Mother's Day, man. Sincerely appreciate all the women out there. Welcome to Station 88 Podcast. I am your host, King Speed, man. Please like and subscribe to the page. We got a special guest in the building today, my main man, the example, man. Introduce yourself, man.
Well, he introduced me already, but it's the example. Guns up is the logo.
We always tell them put the guns down. They say guns up, man. Y'all already know, man.
Oh, yeah.
Man, for everybody that don't know you out there, man, tell them about yourself, man. What you been on lately, man?
Oh shit, I've been on a little bit of everything. Pretty much anything they got to do with writing something down, I'm into it. Battle rap, music. I got a book. Thousands of videos. So I even got some poetry out here. Like literally anything you can think of, I'm pretty much on it. So yeah, that's my lane. Like anything to do with writing, creativity.
So tell us a little bit about the book, man, the title and what it's about, you know what I'm saying, for people that don't know.
All right, now the title is called Growth and Development, and it's basically an urban fiction. It started off when I first started writing it, it was gonna be like an autobiography, like about my life or whatever, but then it was like I read like thousands of books, so it was like I really was like I want to be able to do more in the book without nobody getting in trouble. So let me get to it. It started off with just my background and coming up, and then it was like, hold on, I want to kind of make it a little better. So I changed names and kind of made stories a little different, but it's real. It's a lot of facts in it. Like it's anybody who know me who read that book, like they pretty much can pinpoint everything in it. So
okay,
that's how I kind of started off.
Right, and being an artist and a battle rapper, man, like that's kind of like odd kind of, you know what I'm saying? People don't just normally get up and write a book. So what made you want to do a book about yourself?
Prison.
Oh, prison. Okay.
Yeah. Like I've been a few times, like when I was young, it was all when I was younger. Like I started going to prison like 18. I stopped going at like 24, 25. I'm 37 now. So it was like, as I was in there, like I used to always write raps, and by the second or third time, like literally I used to get out with albums and mixtapes, like hundreds of songs worth of stuff, and I had started a book. But then I ended up bumping into an author that she from my hood or whatever, and I seen she was doing it, and I was like, what if I told the story and you put it in book format for me and just showed me all the people to get in contact with to make it a good book or whatever. So her name is D. She got in contact with me. She told me what I had to pay. She put me in the right directions for everything, and I self-published it. So it was like. It was dope, and it did a lot. Like that, like it's something. If you into writing books, it's something you should definitely get into. Cause I sold about 400 copies at $20 a piece. So it was like I made like 8 G's off a book I spent less than $1,000 to make, right. And it was just out of my head. So it's like you can make 8,000 off of some ideas, like so. The support.
Oh yeah, what's her name? What's her name?
Miss D.
Miss D. Shout out to Miss D. Yeah, shout out to Miss D. You gotta give each other a hand every now and then.
Okay.
Yeah, facts.
Man, I gotta shout you out for that, man, because to me that's like a big step, man. Especially to be putting yourself out there, like that when you a battle rapper and everybody try to take whatever they can, find that's like dirt to try to use it against you if they, have to battle type shit.
Right.
And my nigga is with the cartel, man. I already know we fuck with the cartel real tough, man. You know what I'm saying? So what y'all got going on, man? I know y'all got a huge battle event coming up there, and I seen you performing, man. But before we get into the performance part, I'm like, ain't no way we having this huge event and you not battling on the car. What's up with that, bro?
Right. It basically it was a situation where so I've been battling on like different leagues and stuff all this year. And on the last card we just had, I had a lot to say. So yeah. It was like, when we put the card together, it was like I sit this one out type of thing. But I got a huge announcement. Like I can't even announce it, but I got some huge news coming up on the next like following cards and stuff. Okay. But for this one that was like, it's like, okay, I ain't gonna battle on it, but I put out like this much music and these many videos. So I was like, let's shed some light on my performance.
Right.
And so it's all like teamwork. Like everybody can't be on every car, and
Facts.
I could have been on it, like, but it was the idea I got in mind. It came with a nice budget, so it's like we had to push it back to the next one. So it's definitely some. You gonna see why when you see who I'm battling on the next card. You gonna be like, I understand why.
Yeah. Okay, man. Okay. So, when did the opportunity present itself for you to actually perform on the card?
Shit, as soon as I heard they was putting it together,
Oh, okay.
I'm like, yeah, like me, Ice, and John, like, you know, they run it, but
Yeah.
like we family. Like I knew them since like 2012. So like soon as I seen it was in the work, like we start the card with the main event. So when I seen who the main event was, I'm like the budget already through the roof. So I'm like, who can I possibly? And by the time they got it together, I was like, yeah, I don't want to hold nothing up. Like, let me just perform and woo, woo, woo. I'm gonna be there. Like, I'm gonna be on stage. I'm gonna do my thing. But I kind of like not being on every card too, because you be on pins and needles. Don't want to eat or drink nothing until after you battle and rehearsing all night. So it's like I can go in there in a big event and I ain't got to do none of that. Just remember my songs.
Right. So for all my guests, I kind of give like a background story on how I met motherfuckers and shit. So I definitely got to give y'all the story on how I met Example Man. So I met Black Ice event, you know what I'm saying, and I had a personal battle with a nigga that me and him was beefing on the internet for a while, like, and I'm waiting on this nigga because he was a Milwaukee cat but didn't live here no more. So we waiting on him and they stalling my battle, whatever, just to find out the nigga wasn't gonna show. So this nigga come up, first time, ain't battle, we don't know who this nigga is, no nothing. Nigga come right on the stage, me, Dave, AQ, and them talking shit, and he like, bro, you trying to do a 1 round? You know what I'm saying, real quick? And I'm like, I'm looking at this nigga like, nah, man, it's something in this motherfucker eye right now that it's telling me like, if I want to battle this nigga, go home and do some research first. But plus, I'm kind of feeling like all my material that I had that night was directly toward, it was some personal shit.
Right.
So this nigga battled somebody just 1 round that night. I'm talking about overkill. Like, I'm like, I just saved my whole motherfucking life right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Man, dog. So that shit was crazy. But, you know, I always rock with you from that point on and shit. And then I like, today, I was like, man, let me check out that battle with Lotta Zay, you know, before we get into you and Lil Dave battle, bro. And I felt like that was one of the best bounce back performances because your first round, I felt like that's the only round that kind of fucked you up. It was like you was off a little bit, like you was fumbling, and then like the way you bounced back in the second round, I'm like, this the nigga I was just telling Lil Dave, the top nigga. You know what I'm saying? So what happened in that battle, bro?
I feel like it went how it should have went, but I'm gonna say this: like I orchestrated that whole event. So basically, it was like Ice and John. They had like some family issues, so they wasn't doing events for a while, like almost like a year.
Okay.
So I came up with the idea, like I was talking to Bankhead one day, and then we was talking to Dennis Welch. He's from Top 5 Dead or Alive. He got his own platform too, and we all just got to talking like, let's do an event. And I was like, if we do an event though, I'm Cartel, so that logo got to be on the card and the flyer and all that. So he like, okay, we all rep our brands, come together, and let's do it. And so it was like, I was actually gonna get a big name, but it was like the Battle of the Daves is a battle everybody want to see, and it was beef over that battle. Like certain other leagues tried to hit me and him behind closed doors and get that battle, but it's like, we both Cartel, so Cartel got first dibs on this battle.
Most
definitely. They wasn't doing nothing right then and there. So I'm like, as opposed to giving it to somebody else who don't want to pay the price we want, let's just do it ourselves, and I'm gonna pay you, and I'm gonna get paid off the door and everything else.
Right.
So we did it like that, and I made it work. I was able to pay him his price, like a respectable price and all that, and we just got to do it there, and we got it released on Black Ice. So it was like it all worked out perfect.
Okay.
But behind the scenes, like I set the whole battle up. I was in the cipher we did. I cooked the food for the whole event and all that. So it was like I couldn't really do as much damage as I wanted to him and fully focus on everything. So it was like pretty much I had to have a light round. So and that's just kind of how I go. Like I planned on winning that round too. So,
Right.
But I know Dave ain't finna get 30. So
that
ain't.
Like your battle with Lil Dave though, I watched it and I had to watch it twice, man, because like even though you first off, I want to give you the utmost respect for that one because like you took a chance really because like any person that do battle rap or rap period, your scariest opponent be a nigga that just got out of you know what I'm saying. So you doing that off the strip was just, pure love, and I want to give you some respect for that. But then again, like I said, I had to watch 2 or 3 times just to see, like, dog, this motherfucker actually classic.
Yeah, it's like on both ends too. It's
right.
Like just my end, and then it was like me and him talked all the way up into the battle. So it was like, but me and him professional enough to where it's like, whatever we talk to each other about, not gonna compromise what we writing about. So we had talks and stuff, but we never told each other like, hey, I'm gonna say this to you. It was just like some more of a, hey, I ain't gonna go here. And he's like, I ain't gonna go here. Like, because we could have went way deeper, but it was like, we're gonna get personal, but we ain't gonna get too personal to where other people mad when we done, but we gonna make it crazy. So I let him know like right away, like, I'm bringing up the baby mama situation.
Most definitely.
Everybody know about that, so I had to bring that up. And then I made it as funny as possible and went on to the next topic right away.
And man, that's probably one of like your most comical battles too, bro. Like you had me like dying laughing because I mean I'm so used to you punching the motherfucker to death, you know what I'm saying, and putting them in the casket. But there, like you was giving some crazy ass funny battles. I mean lines, bro. And I fuck with that tough, man. But
because you gotta realize this with Lil Dave. Dave, if you come off tough with Dave, and you just tough the whole round, you just punching, he gonna come in this next round and make light of the whole situation. Like, nigga, you ain't gonna do shit.
Right.
Then he gonna make his jokes, and then it make you look like he ain't did nothing. So dude basically made it seem like you ain't gonna. So it's like you gotta battle people with, like, you gotta bring your personality out. Like I studied Dave because Dave was a vet when I came.
Most definitely.
So it was like I've been watching Dave since I've been battling, so I already knew what to expect. Like on every level, I know how he think, cause we cool and all that. So it was just like I had to really strategize with that battle. It ain't no, I'm gonna just punch him to death and I'm gonna win. Like that wasn't gonna work.
Most definitely. I battled Dave before, and that man, again, he's so well rounded. But the nigga's so goofy that, you know what I'm saying, you never really expect when he finna punch you so motherfucking hard up in there. So if you ain't got a little bit of everything, you gonna die in the ring versus him. That's why, you know what I'm saying, again, I'm watching you and him, battle each other. And I felt like, again, that was probably one of my favorite battles out of the middle. But like me personally, bro, I don't think they give you enough credit for all of the battles you've done so far, bro. So why you think you don't get the credit you deserve, bro?
It had a lot to do with who I teamed up with, and I don't know. I'd say it's probably like a little like real life envy on certain situations. Like I probably ain't hit somebody girl in the past or something like that. But honestly, a lot of it came with like when I went to Cartel and then when I went to Body Gang, it was like, if we're gonna be honest, I got 7 battles. I got more battles than any 2 people here combined, probably. Yeah. Like probably not Killer B. Like Killer B up there too, but he ain't in the 60s. I got 66, 67 battles. So it's like I got the most battles and I put in a lot of work. But like when I joined Cartel, it was a situation going on where URL was trying to like blackball us and all that, and then some of the Milwaukee leagues wasn't messing with us, and that was based on like females beefing in like internally and all that kind of stuff and all that. So it was just a lot of behind the scenes. And then I was always like a one-man army, and then I finally joined Body Gang, and it made sense because it's like I fuck with Killer B and showing them on the streets in real life. So it's like it would only be right that I go over there. So when I finally joined them, it's like we the most hated gang. Right. And they made a rival gang just to rival us, and they end up kind of blowing up. Shout outs to Hoodlum Gang.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So I always kind of been like a superhero / villain at the same time.
Right.
Like I'm cool with everybody, but I talk shit to everybody and I battle everybody.
But see, that's my point though. Like, I think a lot of people, when they bring up like who the best battle rapper here, they say Killer B. And I give Killer B his, due. I give him his respect. But if we want to talk about from the beginning, I kind of feel like Killer B wasn't that hot in the beginning of, his battle career. Like, he was decent, but he wasn't as nice. Like, I believe you stayed consistent from day one. Like, I watch you overkill a nigga day one all the way up to, where we currently at today, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like they haven't gave you your proper respect or proper due, bro. I feel like you're definitely there.
In defense with Killer B, this is what I can say. Killer B do things that I don't do. And one of the things he do is he travel a lot. So as I was sitting here and going like kind of in the limits of the Midwest, like Killer B was like all over the country. Right. So that's why I feel like he get more of a broader base props and things like that. But I always go right back to this. Like me and Killer B battled 6 times. I feel like I won 4 to 6. So I always go to that.
Right.
Aside from that. But we on the same team, so it's like I really don't we really ain't had too many like discussions as far as it lately, but that's one thing I can say why. Like he go all around, and he did have a slow start, cause his first battle was versus me, and the next time I seen him was at the Last Man Standing again, probably like 2-3 months later. He battled, and his next battle was versus me. So his first 2 battles was versus me.
Right.
And I put him out the tournament, and then we didn't see him for a little while. But when he came back, that's when he was ready.
Right.
I was like 15, 20 battles in by then. So it was like I already had my jump start. And we both was figuring it out. He knew how to punch with no performance and slight delivery. I knew how to deliver and perform or project with no punches, really. Like I was lyrical, and I had punches, but it was I could out-rap a motherfucker. That's how it used to be. Until I really learned how to punch. So we kind of both had weaknesses, and they kind of just had to get it together. Like we both pretty much at our peaks right now, I feel.
Right. I got to shout out Killer B because I felt like the same way. I felt like his delivery was kind of off in the beginning. And like once he tuned that up, like, bro, the man became a beast that you see today. You know what I'm saying? So I got to give him his credit for that, dog.
And it's a fact don't nobody know. Except it's behind closed doors. When I first tried to bring him to cartel, it ain't like they wasn't feeling them, but they was like, who is your man? Like, who you trying to get on? And I'm like, trust me, let him get on. And they was like, I didn't have to beg, but I had to like shed light on him more than once. And I was like, I'm telling you. And they asked me, they said, why you want him to battle over here? Like, what makes him so special to you? Right. I said, out of everybody I battle, he the only one that made me feel threatened that I don't want to battle again. Everybody else, it was like easy, but with him, I was like, man, we gotta battle again. Like, man, like I was kind of nervous, but I was ready. But so when they let him on there, like he slaughtered somebody, real bad. And after that, ever since it was like, okay, we got you over here. And then plus it was the go hard or go home. Was kind of beefing with Black Ice Cartel at the same time and Killer BGE guy.
Right.
So it was like, that's his guy and he over here, so I don't know how that's going. And I was like, trust me, he don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, they cool in the hood and they guys, but this is battle rap. Like, he trying to battle wherever. He not gonna come sabotage nothing, he ready to rap. Right. So when they finally checked him out, they was like, oh shit. And I was like, yeah, trying to tell you.
Right.
And ever since then, we've been on with it, like the cartel and all that. So that was some dope history facts don't nobody really know. Like cartel, like that's how we got him over there. Like I had to kind of tell people, like, hey, dude made me feel threatened. I think we should get him.
Right. Best to have him with you than against you. I feel you. Okay, I feel you.
And then we still battled 4 more times.
Right. That's what I was just gonna say. Like y'all still battled after that, dog, which is crazy. And then shout outs to you for accepting those battles too, you know what I'm saying? Because some niggas be dodging motherfuckers because they don't be wanting to lose to certain people and shit, man. I'd rather lose to a nigga that's top of his game.
Shit, my shit was like, I used to always ask them when they book battles, who do y'all think can beat me? and that's what we went off of.
Right.
So it was like, if you don't think you can beat me, don't book it. I don't want to battle him.
Right.
So that was like, yeah, that's how it came up a few times. Then like one time he had a big battler named Twerk. He had Twerk booked, and Twerk didn't show up. And they literally called me like the day before, and they was like, "What up?" And I said, "I ain't finna go against this Twerk bars. I heard him. Like, right. He let me hear him. Like, I ain't got a battle tomorrow." Then I was like, you know what? I got some bars for the bars. Like, but ask him, is he cool with it? Because he know I heard them bars, and I ain't got no battle. Like, so he had agreed to it, and it was like, that was a great battle too. I won that one, but that was a great battle too. He had to kind of like censor out some of his bars, so I don't like saying like, "Oh, I beat him." He was preparing for me. Like, it literally the day before the event, they was like, "Can you fill in?" And I was like, I asked him, and he said, "Come on, yeah, I want to battle." I done bought my outfit and all. So he was like, "Fuck it, we gonna battle." So we did that. We do a lot of the battles for the people, like the circumstantial battles.
Okay. So I let Lil Dave talk his shit, man. So it's only right, man. Do you think you beat Lil Dave?
Yeah.
You heard he say 3-0, right?
Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna break it down. Round one.
Okay.
All his personals was fake. JoJo don't get kids. JoJo is not in the feds. And I just talked to JoJo last week. Okay. So like my whole hood that was in there and stuff, like they was kind of annoyed and mad at this first round because they was like talking about you ain't helping JoJo kids. JoJo went to jail when he was a teenager. You ain't got no kids. And he's like, JoJo ain't getting no damn feds. Like JoJo finna get out in a few years. So like that whole first round, I was just like, it sounds good. The crowd cheering for it. And it's all politics. I ain't finna. Hey yo, he was lying. Like, right. He was lying the whole first round.
Right.
So a lot of people gave me that round too. I'm being fair and judging from the public view. I'm like, no, I gave him that round because these motherfuckers in Nebraska, New York, and Florida don't know JoJo in that situation. Know, right. So based on how he put it together and how the crowd took it, like I give it to him. But it was like I knew by the second round it was gonna be like real hectic because like by the second round I'd be warmed up.
Right.
Like I got to the point where I don't like writing filler down, so I don't write it down. And anything that's like it's average, I leave it in the first just to get rid of it. So by the middle of the first, you're gonna be like, this nigga heating up. But by the second, you're gonna be like,
right.
Oh, okay.
I definitely thought your second was better because you had a couple rebuttals in there.
Yeah, and it was like I was shaky on the round. I'm not sure which round it was. It was probably the first, but I was shaky on the round for that battle, and I like rehearsed it all the way up until we battled. So I say 2-1 my way, but anybody say 2-1 his way or something, I wouldn't even be mad at it because it really wasn't an A+ performance by me, but I felt like it lived up to the moment, and it was like a lot of people in there, and we did a lot of promotion. So I feel like it turned out great though. And overall, like nobody was garbage, no rounds. So that's a win-win, especially because I did the event. So it's like
that's what's up. You did the event and made it a classic though, because again, like as a battle rapper, I don't think the outside world know this, but like sometimes you really want a classic, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You want a motherfucker to be like it was a David and Goliath person. You know what I'm saying? You don't want motherfuckers just be like, oh, you keep overkilling niggas. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, that's whack. You ain't gonna have a good resume if you keep doing shit like that, But like again, it is what it is, man. But I do love that battle, man. I want to salute both of y'all for that, man. And I'll fuck with both of y'all off camera. And I do want to say too, man, when Dave was on here, he gave you a lot of love for the shit you was doing for him while he was in that motherfucker too, man. And I don't think a lot of people know, like, it ain't too many real niggas that stand up like that too, bro. So again, shout out to you for that too, bro.
Man, Lil Dave was next to me at the first time I went to a Smack event. Lil Dave was with me. Like, that was like historic. Like, I think it was known 2 or 3. Like the one with Charlie Clips versus B Magic. It had Hollow the Don versus Surf, Hitman versus Conceited. Rex versus Disaster. Like we was in New York front row. I was walking through the crowd with Arsenal and his entourage for that shit. Like so, like me and Dave really done kicked it. So it's like I never really, because of battle rap and how I used to get personal and shit, I never really let nobody 100% into my life or circle like that. But Dave was definitely like one of the people that was close to it. So like I consider him a friend more than just an associate. Like like we done talked a lot and all that. So it was just like that's my man. So and then it wouldn't be much. Like he'd just be like, hey, I need to get jump started. Like he had support. It'd just be like, you know how it is when you're doing years, it's like you might have a 6-month period where you fucked up, like can't nobody, the people that's really helping you ain't around. You probably broke up with your girl and y'all gotta rekindle y'all shit.
Type of shit, yeah.
So it was like I understood and I just did all the prison bits. So it was like, and I know Dave is a person, like the situation he was in there for, like I knew soon as I heard it, like Dave did not mean to do that shit. Like they got that man, like he gotta be there because of the crime, but that ain't where that nigga need to be at.
No, definitely. Yeah.
So it was like, I understood the situation fully. And we been rocking for a long time. Like that's my nigga.
Okay, that's 100, bro. But we most definitely gotta talk about the new project, man. Yeah, man. I want to get into the new album you got, dog. Tell them what it's called and how many tracks and shit you got on there. Features was good.
It's called Bourgeois 2. Bourgeois, that's a family name. That's my mama last name. It's my middle name and stuff. It's like Bourgeois, but take the LE off because basically the significance behind me taking the LE off of it was because some stuff with my granddaddy. Like his name was James Lee Bourgeois. So he named all his kids' last name Le Bourgeois and took the Lee out of it and made it all one name, and that became our name. So when I did Bourgeois, it's like I'm bringing it back to the beginning of the Bourgeois, I felt like, and all that. And it's 11 tracks on there. How many? I'm gonna see how many he produced right now. He got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He got 5 out of 11 on there.
So this like one of the people that do the beats for you?
Yeah, this is my son. This
all right, let me introduce himself, man. You know.
My name is Blue Gang Tez. I be making beats. I be rapping. You know, that's about it. So,
he don't talk a lot, but that's why it's great.
I be barking on them songs.
Yeah, songs. That's why it's great though, because it was like since he was like 12, 13, I used to be like, "What you into, son?" Because that's my oldest son. That's his big brother, and I've been around him since he was 1 year old. So that's my son too.
Right.
So it's like he always was into music, like always making beats on some program and shit like that. So I'd be like, "What you want for Christmas? What you want for your birthday?" And it was always shit I didn't know nothing about. Oh, I want this so I can get Fruity Loops. I need a new computer. I need this, or I need some speakers or a microphone. So I was just buying shit, and then I started hearing the beats, and I was like, "Oh, okay, you doing your thing." And at first, even though they was amateur beats, like they was never just like, "Oh, he need to give it up," but I ain't gonna tell him. They was always good to where it was like, I was like, keep working. So I did a project called Abortion Music. It was a joke. Like I put a picture up. I had just got my iPhone, and I took a picture of myself with my shirt off, and I figured out how to make the background like all black.
Right.
So it looked funny, and it was like half of my face type shit, like a half of my body, and it was like I put abortion music at the top, and then I made like some titles out, like "Whose Is It?" "Can't Be Mine," "Morning After."
Right.
And I just put it up as a joke, and motherfuckers was like laughing, but I was like, bullshit you not, like over 50 people inbox me like where I can listen to it at.
Right.
And it wasn't even in the work. So I'm like, I hit him up like, "Hey, we gotta put this together." I'm making all the beats from scratch, and we sat there and made every single beat from scratch, but we already had a playlist that I had put up on some joking shit. Right. So we followed the playlist. Right. Like the first song was called Sushi. Like she like going sushi. Like she look good. She a groupie. Going she a 10. Going sushi. Like get the bitch in the club and get her home and hit her on. And next morning it can't be mine and all
Right.
that. So it was like we had to do it song for song. We made every single beat from scratch and we put it out. And it was like after we did that, that's when I seen he could do more than just Detroit beats and shit. So it was like I started giving him albums like, here go the Thriller, here go the Mac album, here go Janet Jackson album, Control. Like I'd start giving him shit like make like 2 or 3 out of this, take this Barry White. You hear Barry White how he uses bass? Yeah. Like woo. So I just schooled him on the music. And then like I send him samples or I sit there with him and tell him certain shit I want. And I always tell like my favorite like old school songs and shit. And he just start trying shit. And it just went to like the next level.
I definitely seen that you like them samples. I love the samples. I ain't gonna lie. That's like some. If I could do like a 20-song motherfucking album with all samples, I'd do that motherfucker. Like I love it. But we checked out the new single, No More, produced by Sparks, man. How did y'all link too? I wanted to ask you that because I seen you on his album and now he's shooting videos for you. You know what I'm saying? How all this link up, bro?
Man, it all started with this song called "Oh Baby," produced by Tall Tone, me and Killer B. Tall Tone like a DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
Tall Tone make beats and then he'd get 2 rappers or 3 rappers and put them on a song together and he'd put a whole album out produced by him with all these artists from over the city.
Yeah.
So he did that one and I think he sent it to me first and then Killer B got it second because we was battling a lot and it was like y'all both nice on the track. So we got both of us on there. And then once we did the song and he heard it, he was like, man, let's go in on the video, all 3 of us. Like, and we was like, bet. And he hit up Sparks, and that's when I pretty much met Sparks. We shot the video at my crib. And like once we shot that video, I don't know how me and Sparks got in contact like that, but literally, I bullshit you not, probably like not even a few months later, he hit me up one day like, hey, me and my girl just got into it. I'm finna pull up on you. I got my camera with me if you want to shoot some shit too. I'll shoot some shit on the love. And I'm like, on what? So he pull up. He shoot 2 videos for me. Like we sitting there chilling. He shoot 2 videos for me literally. So I'm like, bet. So then them come out. And then after that, I just started hitting him for videos. Then he was letting me know different prices. And then I started getting bundle deals, like 5 videos at a time. And shoot a few this week, a few coming up. And so it just started going like that and shit. We probably like close to 50 videos in now.
Yeah, I've been seeing he been shooting all your shit.
Like we do a lot of
videos. I go back personally with Spark. Like I've been knowing dude about almost 20, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. And he always been that type of nigga though. But like the day I met him, bro, like he was one of them like Kanye motherfuckers. Like he literally locked himself in his room and he just doing track after track.
And he the reason I got a studio. I was shooting videos with him. He had the studio. I was coming so much and I moved so fast recording. He told me like, bro, you can give me like $15, $20 per song. So I'm like, bet. Like, I don't care how much time it is, we're kicking it. So I'm going over there every single day. Like I'm going at least 4 or 5 times a week and shooting a video the other day. And you probably get 1 day of not seeing me. So he was like, man, he's like, I gotta get you a studio, man. I don't get to do nothing. Like you messing up my family time.
Right.
So one day he called me. He was like, you got like 200? And I was like, yeah. He pulled up with he got me a Focusrite studio, and he like, you owe me this, and I'm gonna throw what he throw on there? Fruity Loops. He threw not Fruity Loops. He threw what I work off of?
Pro Tools.
Yeah, he threw Pro Tools, the latest Pro Tools on there. He gave me a lot of plugins. I think he even and then he gave me a mastering program eventually, but he just threw all that on there. It was like, you just owe me like $50 and woo. And so I had the studio, and from there I had to learn how to work that motherfucker. So I still went to his house and he come to my house, and I was figuring it out. And I had different people from around the city I messed with like come through and let them do sessions, and I was just saving everybody presets.
Right.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna figure it out, but for right now, that sounds good. I'm saving everybody presets. So I did that at first, and once I start figuring it out, I just start adjusting the presets one by one and made my own. Now I just make them from scratch when people come in. But yeah, he made me get the studio so I can spend some time at home type shit. So,
right.
And then it turned into a lot.
Okay. So, getting back into your album, I had to check it out because I wanted to see, you know what I'm saying, what type of angles you like to take. So first, I want to get into the interlude you did, like with the little rock and roll shit, bro. Like, how did you start to think of that shit, bro? Like, what happened there, bro?
Man, honestly, I'm weird anyways. I'm a hood weird nigga.
Right.
But I've been to prison so many times in the past and shit. It was like I got an ear for that music early, like 17, 18 years old. I'm listening to rock and all that. Like we didn't have rap out there. So it was like I started hearing shit, and when I got out, I still check on them artists sometimes and shit. And I like this shit dope, man. So I just started hearing that. And that song, that's the group, what's the white dude? The Buggles. It's some old motherfucker. They from like the 80s, 70s, and 80s. They did like disco / rock music.
Right.
And I really like that song in real life. So it was like,
I swear to God,
I was like, how can I make this hood and halfway acceptable?
Hey, anybody go through my playlist on my phone, you're gonna find a lot of motherfuckers you ain't never heard of. Because again, as an artist, you gotta go outside your box, you know, sometimes. And you know what I'm saying? I would listen to country motherfuckers, to, you know, alternative rock, all type of shit, bro. Which, and when he's like, he like one of them, you know, hood niggas that still, you know, fuck with all this other shit. He meaning like a track that he got on there. Nigga, you did a song called Star Trek, bro. Like, what the fuck is up with that, bro? Like, and I hear you with the lifesaver and shit, dog. These niggas called her a night jail, bro. Go ahead. Talk to me, bro. What's happening, dog?
Man, that beat right there, it was just so futuristic. And I had bumped into Babytron. I ain't gonna lie, I had a Babytron moment. The little white boy from Detroit, he be doing some weird ass beats like that and shit.
Right.
And I had heard some shit he got kind of similar to that. And it was like, man, I wish I could get this beat out. Show him how to talk on this motherfucker. Like, and then I ran across that beat and I was like, oh my God. And when I bought it, I ain't even write to it right away. I got it and I was like, man, I just gotta buy it. And because I was on, and there was a deal on BeatStars and shit. So I buy a package, like buy 2, get 3 free and shit like that.
Right.
So I had bought it and I was like, gotta take this beat. And I had grabbed it. And then I was like, the hook wasn't even, I ain't even write that like a hook when I first started writing. That was supposed to be like the start of a verse.
Right. I do that sometimes too. I swear to God, bro. That shit crazy as a bitch you say that. And then again, I checked it out, right? So you fuck with, you know, Killer B, you the name, you fuck with all these other motherfuckers that you know from Cartel and, you know, Body Gang. What had you only do one feature on there? I see you had dude on there twice. I don't see nobody else on there.
Yeah, that's my new artist. I was trying to bring him, but he had to work today. Shout outs to Gio. Them actually the first 2 songs he ever did in his life. So that's why it was like, and with him, it's like a King Von situation. It's like he got a cold ass, like his story, like it just needed to be told.
Right.
And I know what he relate to, so I had to help him write. Like he don't even know how to write rap shit all the way. Like, so it was like, but like the first song I got him on was the Just Shut Up.
Yeah.
And that was like talking about the female, like how they need to just shut up and they always talking and ooh.
Yeah.
Like learn to fuck, like what I say, learn to shut the fuck up while you always gotta say something. Some shit I said, but I've been seeing like he relatable to them situations like in a certain way, and then like the other song he on, like he is just relatable. So I just tried it one day with him, like, hey, like come in, like I'm finna help you write this shit, and he was like, all right, I don't give no fuck, and he really came to the studio. And we tried it, and it was a hit. And I was like, and I played it for people, and they was like, I fuck with dude. Like, who was that?
Right.
And I was like, hey, come do another one. Like, now he got like 4 or 5 songs, the 2 on there, and then we get his project ready.
Okay, man. Now I definitely got to dig into that because
this is why I did only 1 feature though.
Oh, okay.
Because on Bourgeois 1, if you look on there, it's like 18 songs. I got like a feature on like 12 or 13 of them.
Oh, okay.
But it'd be so hard to get the people on the songs to pull up to shoot the video or perform with me. So it's like I start getting less and less features on projects, and it's like let me just focus in. Let me just shed the light on maybe 1 or 2 artists each album. Each album I put out, or if it's gonna be a crazy album like that, it's gonna be like 20 songs again. But I toned it down 11 songs, and then I'm gonna just put him on 2, so I got 9 by myself pretty much. So it's like I got a lot I can perform, and I got a lot of shows coming up, video shoots. But I'm still shooting videos from songs I did over a year ago now.
Oh, that's what's happening. So you're ahead of the game,
Cause I did that was last year, wasn't it? I did all of Milwaukee. I started Milwaukee Legend last year. I didn't start till February. I did 3 in the month of February, 11 songs on each. And after that, I did at least 1 per month. And I did, so it's like 6 Milwaukee Legends. Then I got it's like 4 other ones. And then the album came out, like all this on Audio Mac though. So I'm learning my studio from Milwaukee Legend 1 all the way up to 6.
Right.
That's just me learning my studio. But it started getting clearer like every mixtape, and then it was like I started putting songs to the side for Bourgeois 1, and that was the album. So it was like this clean as a bitch. I bought this beat, put this over here. This clean as a bitch. But everything else like on Audio Mac. But I did like 150 plus songs last year, and a lot of them mixtape shit that I still like. So I shoot videos like, hey, let's do this one. He'd be like, from last year, and I'd be like, yeah, fuck it. So we still doing that. I got so many songs.
That's what's happening, man. Especially staying dedicated to your craft, dog. Like I remember a while back, I had met a Mexican cat, dog. He used to freestyle all the time, but the nigga was nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had took the nigga under my wing and like, dog, you gonna be my first artist. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, dog, I always wanted to, you know what I'm saying, work in the studio, do this, and that. But he was a nigga that didn't have a drive, bro. Like, we got a session today. Oh, you can't make it to this one. You can't make it to that one. Like, how is it dealing with somebody, you know what I'm saying, that you trying to make cold and great, but you know what I'm saying? It sounds like your dude got the drive, but how is it dealing with,
I'm used to dealing with disappointment too. Like, it come my way a lot. Like, it's a handful of other people along the journey that I done, you know what I'm saying, like, told us, gave the same proposition, like, bro, I record your shit for free. Just get down with the label. I help you put your first project out, and I got you the plug on videos and woo. And like, motherfuckers don't really be with it. So it's like my team basically consists of like shit, just family now. Like Gio, that's my girl brother. Shit, me and her stay together. So it's like I see him all the time anyway, and I know him from the streets. And then shit, my sons. He rap too. And then I got an 11-year-old. He just turned 11. That's a little example. He got he ain't got more music than him put out. He got more music than him put out. He a little star already. I got to get him breaks sometimes. He started rapping when he was like, what, 6 or 7? Like, he got videos from back then. Like,
so yeah,
he 11. He just turned 11. I got my girl got songs. She on Part of the Game. She on Part of the Game, the album.
Okay.
And she on the Bourgeois 1 album. Like, yeah, everybody, if you musical and you come around me, you gotta lay some vocals. I don't care if you hum in the background or something. You gotta do something. Like, why you sitting here? Come on.
Right.
Like, nobody just be around me a lot and ain't been in the studio.
So, girl, brother, you can have them over for dinner. Oh, yeah, after this, you getting your ass in the studio. You already here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I used to have that problem with that all the time. Man, this nigga used to sit in the motherfucking room, and we used to be writing, but he always was writing battles. Like, he always had,
That's so dope.
The nigga dope on the songs too, and the crazy part,
not active like that.
He the type of nigga that when you got him in the studio, you gotta make him do 10 songs. Whatever you get that day is what you get him from him. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I already know. I done booked him for battles and they didn't happen.
That nigga.
So I know it. Me and him cool as fuck.
Hey,
like,
quiet as kept. We be calling him the Duck King and shit. That nigga.
Man.
And the crazy part about it, this is a 100% fact. Now, that's my brother. Depp never ducked the battle because he didn't have his shit. He always wrote his shit already,
personal
dog.
shit. Like, man, fuck that battle. Like, That's why it'd be like, I know it already. Like I booked him for a battle one. I forgot what we was trying to book him for before, but I was like, I just knew it. I was like, bro, ain't coming. And I ain't even, and he ain't even the type of nigga that don't come and you get mad. It's like you knew what it was already.
Yeah, that nigga crazy, bro. But definitely, I saw that you got the album on iTunes, man. Any other, sites that they can catch?
Every platform. I released it through DistroKid, so it's on over like 15 to 20 platforms, so you can pretty much catch it anywhere. The example, you're gonna find like 4-5 projects, and they all less than a year old.
Okay. So, we see you got the new project out with the album list everywhere on all platforms. Where could people get your book from?
Where is that on? That's on Amazon.
Also, Amazon.
It's on Amazon and it's on Kindle. Or you can go right on Google, type in growth and development, the example, it's gonna pop right up. But it's on Amazon and it's on sale. Like we went down, it's like under $10 right now. It's like $8 or some shit. So definitely check it out. It's like I got all 5-star ratings from everybody who checked it out, and it's like it ain't one of them books to where it's just like, hey, I wrote it, buy it. And motherfuckers buy it like, man, that motherfucker was straight. Everybody who's like who read it called me like, when you doing part 2?
Right.
It's messed up. I can't even deliver part 2 for them like that. Like part 2 is over 50% of the way done, like written and everything.
Right.
Like, but once I got the studio,
it took over everything.
It
took over the time.
And the thing is, I can just sit down and finish it, but I kind of forgot the first book, and the first book is so truthful. Like every chapter is a situation in my life, so every chapter is interesting. So I might tell the same story again I did in number 1. I really got to go read number 1 again before I put number 2 out, because I'm only doing like real situations. I might just embellish or change the location it was at for, what I'm saying, like legal purposes and stuff. But it's just it's a lot. I gotta read it. Like I gotta read number 1 and do number 2.
Okay.
So it's over 50% of the way done now.
Man, I gotta salute you for that, because man, years ago I wanted to start writing a book, man, and never ended up doing it. It was called Experiences, dog. But I felt like every time I felt like I was done with the book, a new chapter ended up going into the motherfucker. So I'm like 78 motherfucking chapters into a book, and I'm like, I don't want it that long, because motherfuckers won't get. My sister ended up taking over and doing books and shit. Shout out to the sis, man. She got about 7 books, man. It's Destiny.
There's more.
Yeah, there's more. Arthurist. She all over Amazon too. Like I said, she about 7 books in. And here on the Station 88 podcast, we big on support, and everybody supporting us that come on here. So we definitely gonna buy the book. We checked out the album, man, but now we see it's like other projects that we got to get into. So we're going to definitely look that up, man. And again, man, we appreciate you coming up on the show. Anything else that they should be looking out for coming up from you?
I'm doing a lot of performances. I call it the Milwaukee Legend Tour or whatever. I'm gonna post dates in like the next week or whatever. I just been taking a lot of bookings, just so I can work on a stage performance as far as music goes now. I got a lot of projects coming, at least like 2 or 3 projects. I got artists coming out. Y'all can check him out too. Let them know, cause he put out more projects than me this year. So,
oh wow!
And he been like, he don't even tell me, like he like my album out now.
Yeah, shout out to him, man.
So yeah, he got a lot of stuff on. Like it just be popping up now. Like where what's your name on there?
Bleak Gang Tez.
Bleak Gang Tez. And what's the albums? I know
Green
Tips. And then what's
Green Tips. Big Eyes, Bigger Raps.
Yeah, that one, Big Eyes, Bigger, what it's called?
Big Eyes, Bigger Raps.
Yeah, that one. Go check that out. It's like 20-some songs on there, ain't it?
Yeah.
I sat there with him when we did like a little breakdown, and that motherfucker, like, he dope, like, and he young as hell. So it's like for him to like for him to have a topic and stay on it and make it interesting for 20 songs.
We'll be here in the future, but we're gonna wrap things up, man. Like and subscribe to the page, man. I appreciate you for coming through. Example, man. Much love. Follow me on Facebook, HC Cosby. And one love. Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful women out there. Y'all love.
Happy Mother's Day. Thanks.